Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. We are with you guys directly after game one of the NBA Finals. After the Pacers' miraculous comeback in game one, Tyrese Haliburton hits another game winning shot, another go ahead shot,
It
another
can't be
clutch shot.
miraculous if it keeps happening. I can't lie. It cannot be a miracle if it keeps happening. This Indiana team is insane. At any deficit is not big enough, it seems like.
Yeah, they are 8-1 in clutch games in the NBA playoffs, and they still won on the road. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like the video, share the video, let us know your comments about game one, and follow us on our social media platforms. I think that the Thunder controlled this game throughout the whole game. They were turning the Pacers over in the first half. In the second half, the Pacers took much better care of the ball, and then they just start raining in threes, especially in that fourth quarter. They probably hit like 6 or 7 threes in that fourth, and they come back to win game one. Everyone thought this finals would be boring because it's two small market teams. The Thunder are clearly the better team, but it's pretty entertaining so far. Game one was a movie, especially to end. To end. Max, you guys are down 1-0 at home. You've been here before in the Denver series. What's your feelings about the series so far after one game?
It feels exactly like the Denver series right now. That's a game that even though they had issues, they should have closed out. And I think with a team like Indiana for 4 series now, they have looked like a team who um, whatever has an issue and is out of the game, and all of a sudden they just keep striking their way back. So I think that this Indiana team right now is one of the most impressive runs I feel like I've seen in a long time. Um, the resilience on this team, the effort when it matters most. Tyrese Haliburton is one of the most interesting players to me with the game that he's had. He knows when it's his time to kind of turn it on, and he goes from there. Pretty slow start to the game, but was able to turn it on at the end. Andrew Nemhard, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner had big shots. Like their players stepped up when they needed to, and it didn't seem like OKC was doing that. I didn't like the shot diet, especially in that fourth quarter. Way too many threes. It got nasty at times, and OKC just didn't want to put the other team away. The effort was lost throughout the game. This Indiana team is just having these marquee wins based on the backs of not giving up effort. It's so corny. I feel like it's so corny to say, but like just effort and not giving up and like belief is all this team's built on right now. In every single game. So they shot the three ball really well down the stretch. Obviously the Miles Turner little step back, the Aaron Nesmith contest in the corner, Tyrese's, I know it's a 2, but like all the way out on the line. Um, I I think that one, it is frustrating to hear everyone say how bad this series is going to be. I thought the series would be like short as far as games, but I thought each game would be good. I think these two teams match up really, really well, and it'll be super interesting. I still think OKC can and will win the series. It just puts everything on game two. All pressure's on game two again for OKC for the second time now this playoffs. So we'll see how they respond. So I think that again, this finals just adds more fuel to the fire for this finals. People count out every single thing about this. Two small markets, two boring teams to watch, whatever. That was one of the best finals games I think I've ever watched in the past 5-6 years. I feel like that's a good product for the NBA. And for Indiana to be up 1-0, I think just gets everyone's intrigue up that much more.
I think it's good for the NBA that the Pacers won this game. I'm not sure this series is going to be particularly close. Beyond this, to be honest,
Why?
I
Yeah,
haven't
going to
really.
depth. Because Dagnall, you think Dagnall is going to have adjustments and like just
I mean,
cook the
he'll
rest
have
of the way?
adjustments, but I'll get to why
Yeah.
I'm still very confident in Thunder winning the series. I want to hear from Jaedon because you said the series was over 4 minutes into the game, and then the Pacers took game one. So, what are your thoughts as a person that has no stake in this fight? What are your thoughts
No, he
on?
does. He does. He just wants to
Does
see me
not.
sag. He does. He wants to see me down. He wants to see me down. He wants to see OKC out.
No, like on some real stuff, I think the series goes 6 games in the favor of the Thunder. I definitely thought the Pacers were gonna lose this, and even when I thought that they were gonna lose, I was convinced that it was gonna go 6. They played very sloppy, opening up the game, turnover after turnover after turnover, and I guess you could say that was inexperienced, but they just seemed pretty nervous. They were going a little bit too fast, just throwing the ball around carelessly. And they still seemed to be somewhat in the game, even though when they were down by 12 or down by 10, it never seemed like it was that close. But every time they got to like a 15-point deficit, they would make a big three here. They would get a big stop here. Like it still never seemed that close. So I thought if they clean stuff up, if they're not as careless with the ball, if Tyrese finds some type of groove, then they'll be all right. And then towards the end of the game, it still felt. I never thought that the Thunder were not a better team. Like obviously they were just a better team in this game. I thought they were a better team. It just was. I know you hate this, Latif. I'm not gonna say they wanted it more, but it was just effort. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's so corny to say, but it's true.
yeah,
It's true. It's true. It's so true.
They start hitting shots. It's not about them. Both teams are getting the same level of effort.
That's true. But first off, defensively, defensively, I felt like the Pacers were in hell. Like they were in hell, but they just
were. Oh my god.
Russo was going crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. I really don't know what to say because it's at this point. Like you said, Max. You can't really call it a miracle. You can't call it miraculous because it keeps happening over and over again. So if they're down 15, if they're down 20, you can't really say, oh, this Pacers team is going to lose because they somehow find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So if they clean up the turnovers, if they are physical like they were down the stretch, this can be like a 6-game series. And every game, like Max said last episode or last video, these are going to be close games.
Are we sure they're going to be close games?
I think so.
I think in the same way, and I think Mark's a much better coach than Rick. I'm not saying that, but I think in the same way.
Not true.
You don't think Mark's a better coach than Rick?
He's not a much better coach than Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle is one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Sure, but I don't think he's two-sided. I don't think he's offensive and defensive minded like Mark is.
Is Mark offensive and defensive minded?
I'd like to think so, yes. In the past couple of series, yes. We'll see if he can do it now. But yes, I would like to say he is. But I think that they'll both make adjustments going forward. I think that like obviously the shooting for OKC, knock on wood, is not going to be as bad as what it was today. But yeah, like I think it's like, again, I think this Indiana team, like everyone's kind of like, and again, I was like this for a long time too. It's like, okay, they did it against this team. What about the Cavs? Okay, they did it against the Cavs. What about the Knicks? Okay, they did it against the Knicks. Now what about the Thunder? Like, I think it's just at a point where like they are what they are, and like they are just a team who is going to be able to fight back from whoever they're playing against and adapt to whatever they're struggling with. And I think that like, yeah, I do think, to be honest, I'm changing my pick. I'm changing my OKC in 5 and OKC in 5.
Oh.
I'll push it back to 7. I think that this honestly goes 7. I think that OKC will win in 7, but I think this honestly goes 7 now after that series. I thought OKC would come out to a commanding game 1 win. Didn't happen.
7, bro?
Yes. Maybe I'm overreacting, but like I thought that this would be a big difference.
He knows his team more than anybody, bro. Like, come on, bro.
No, dude, bro.
No, does he?
Latif does.
Yes, he does.
I did. I think I know more about the Thunder this season at least than Max.
Obi Toppin's a better 3-point shooter, though.
I don't believe that.
But that doesn't. I mean, he's down with them every time this whole year.
That doesn't mean anything.
Why you saying OKC?
Yes.
Yeah,
I knew they were going to the finals as soon as they traded for Isaiah Hartenstein and Caruso, or signed.
That's fine. OKC, Boston's been my pick since the start of the year too.
I knew they were going to the finals.
That's awesome.
I'm not going. How does that prediction mean? You know,
that was my pick as well.
I also think I watched probably more Thunder than him this year as well.
I agree. You don't do much else except for work and watch basketball, which is cool, man. Which is cool.
Sure. I mean, I'm trying to make this my job. It's not a hobby for me.
I know. Don't crash out, bro. It's cool.
I'm not crashing out. But I think saying the series will go to 7 is an overreaction.
Why though? You think this?
I can explain that. I can explain why. The Thunder are still going to win the series. I think in at most 6 games. They thoroughly control this game.
You think 5? Well, you think 5's still in question? I'm sorry to interrupt. You think 5 is
I think 5 is still. Yes, I think 5 is still in the picture. They can win 3 straight games, and then the Pacers win game 4, and then they close it on game 5. I mean, the Thunder can win 3 straight games.
They have to win 4. because
No.
they just lost one.
Oh, well, yeah, true. Okay, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I also think that yes, they can win 4 straight games. I do.
No, that's not happening. They're not winning 4 straight games.
They are a much better team. They are a much better team.
I would agree.
They led this game for 46 minutes and 25 seconds. The Pacers led for 0.3. This game was in their control. The Pacers made great plays to obviously come back and win this game. But the Pacers shot 10 of 16 on corner threes. They shot 46% overall. And the Thunder, who are one of the best teams at scoring inside the paint and inside the arc, shot 55.6% at the rim in this game. You have to give the credit to the Pacers for that. Do I think that's going to continue? No. If Chet and J-Dub are even average in this game, they win by probably 15.
That's fine.
Do I think the Pacers can continue to make Chet and J-Dub struggle? No, I do not. Do I think some of the stuff that the Thunder did in this game, they can emulate that throughout this series? Yes. I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is going to have a good series in this game. I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is going to have a good series. I don't think Pascal Siakam is going to have a good series. This is an all-time great defense I'm watching right now. This is an all-time great team I'm watching right now. It will be a historical collapse in the finals for them to lose this series, in my opinion.
Nobody's saying they're going to lose, though.
But I think even them taking it to 7 is pretty much an overreaction, especially with how this game went. They controlled the game throughout. Mark Daigneault made mistakes in this game. I think he set Shea for too long. Mark Daigneault is playing 11 guys in the finals. Don't know what he's doing. I don't know why Isaiah Joe is playing. I don't know why AJ Mitchell saw minutes in this game. He needs to shorten his rotation. Like, I don't know what that was about.
I agree.
At all.
I agree.
I think he made the correct decision to go to the one big lineup. Isaiah Hartenstein was dominant in this game because he was going against Thomas Bryant. Like, he can dominate the backup centers or whatever. And I think he made a mistake sitting Shea for too long. I think the rotation was way too long.
You're saying in the fourth, correct? You're saying in the fourth quarter?
Yes, or it was like the end of the third. No, Shea came back in like late fourth quarter. He went with a single big lineup, which I think was the correct decision, and they were a +2. The starting lineup was, but I think he may need to look to start Caruso over Kaysen. Caruso is the more experienced player. Caruso has been a better shooter. He's been a better player in his playoffs. That can be an adjustment he makes to start Caruso. Because I think Caruso and Dort can still live in this series or whatever. I think Kaysen gives you more ball handling, attacking the paint, and obviously he's a great on-ball defender or whatever. But Caruso is a lot of those things too. So, yeah. It's going to be – I think it's easy to overreact in this series, and maybe we were too harsh on – like how much the Pacers have a chance in the series, but I still feel very comfortable with this being a 5 or 6 game series. It's going to obviously.
I don't think we're too harsh.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we're too harsh because I think like I don't even say any real fan, but I feel like everybody knows the Pacers aren't winning, and I think that's what everybody said on the panel. Like nobody said the Pacers were going to win, but we all said that there could be some games where it's ultra competitive. But like,
I mean, we all did say that. I didn't think it was gonna be a blowout every single game.
Like I was just saying, my confidence now is definitely like nervous because I have more stake in this than any of you guys. So like, I'm definitely like getting doubt, but like that hasn't changed all year. I always have doubt. Like my confidence has definitely gone down. I still think OKC is, and again, this is where it's like stupid. I think at the end of the series, I still think OKC, even if Indiana wins, I think OKC is a better team. They said a bad series. Like numbers show that, and obviously the entire like season shows that. But yeah, I mean, like I'm definitely like more nervous than I was before game 1 for sure. I'm not sitting here like super confident, but I mean, yeah, they led for what you said, 46 minutes. It was 47 minutes, right, somewhere in there.
46 minutes and 25 seconds they led this game.
Yeah, like, and again, they were the better team. They kept that lead. It's just, yeah, if you make 1 or 2 more plays, that 10-point lead turns into a 14-point lead, and it's too big enough to get back from. So.
Pacers aren't going to play that sloppy that early in the basketball game.
I agree.
Like either.
I'm not. Well, they won't turn it over 24 times. But one thing as well, the Thunder only scored 11 points off those 25 turnovers. They didn't really capitalize on those turnovers as much as they usually do when they turn people over. So that's credit to the Pacers. But they don't need to turn them over that many times. But I think this is the all-time great defense. They can turn them over a lot. They don't have many great decision makers outside of Tyrese Haliburton when they put the ball on the floor.
But a lot of it was, I feel like a lot of those turnovers weren't even like. Well,
some of them were self-induced for sure. Some of them
were on their ass. Excuse my French, but a lot of them were just like careless.
Yeah, man. But I said going into this game, they needed to limit the open 3-point looks on this game. I'm going to watch it back, but they need to really limit the corner 3-point looks because the Pacers shot 10 of 16 on corner threes in this game. 10 of 16. And the Thunder shot 3 of 10. The easiest shots that you can get is a corner three, and the Thunder didn't shoot well on them, and the Pacers generated a lot more open looks with those corner threes. Corner threes are mostly going to be open looks. That's why I'm very confident when I watch the film back, I'll see that they were creating open looks. They need to limit, like I said, they need to limit this team from getting open looks. Like make them get to the line, make them get to the rim. But I think this game was a really, really big historical outlier. Like, I don't know how many games in NBA history a team can turn the ball over 25 times. Let's see. How many offensive rebounds did I feel like they lost the rebounding battle. Let me see. Team. Bro, Indiana had 56 rebounds? Damn. I did not know that, bro. Okay. I didn't even know that. That's because the Thunder were
didn't want it. They weren't.
They were missing.
Didn't have effort.
But yeah, I feel like this is a historical outlier in the fact that I don't know how many teams have won a game in which they turned the ball over so many times, and they lost the turnover battle by 18. By 18, they did win the offense rebounding battle and the defense rebounding battle as well. So that played into their favor, but I don't want to call it fake or whatever, but okay.
You seem very, very. I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong. You seem very, very confident.
4 times in a row, yes.
Huh?
They can beat this team 4 times in a row.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know if they can do it in a final situation.
I mean, yeah, that matters or whatever. I think the Pacers will get one at home.
That's what I'm saying.
If I had to bet on it, would I bet on it? No, but do I think it's a possibility? Yes. They can still win in 5.
You think it's a better possibility they do that than they go to 7?
Number wise, it won't make sense because if they won game 1, but I do think it's closer. Yes, I think it's for me. It feels like it's more probable that they win in 5 than they go to 7. I don't see a lot of this. Like I don't see this keeping up. I don't think the Pacers would turn the ball over as much, but you got
what happens if they lose game 2? Obviously, everything goes out the window.
Yeah, I mean the winning in 5, obviously, but I think if they lose game 2, I would probably still pick them in 6. I'm not gonna lie. We saw the Bucks win 4 straight games in the finals. It's not like it's that crazy.
No, they were down 0-2.
Yeah,
but they were also going home. They went home.
That's true. I believe that is true. Yeah, losing 2 at home would be scary. That's when I would be like, oh shit, like I'll probably get worried about it. But they got 17 points from Obi Toppin tonight. They got 15 points from Miles Turner, which you can get 15. Aaron Nesmith had 10 points and 12 rebounds. But yeah, Obi Toppin was big tonight. And I don't think Chet and Jada are going to struggle as much as they did going forward. Maybe you think Pascal Siakam plays better, but
he has to.
He's not going to average 30 in this series. I don't think he averages 25 in this series. The Thunder defense sets a ridiculous floor for them. Whereas for like they did not show up today offensively outside of Shea and Lou Dort at all, really. and they lost by 1 point. Like their offense in this game was awful.
Yeah.
And they lost by 1 point. That's how
they both play bad though.
Who?
Both teams. Like you can say that about both teams. They both had a
Yes,
lot.
yes and no, because Indiana did shoot well, and
Indiana
that's
shot
part of their
amazing.
game plan. They
I'm
didn't
not
get as
talking
many
about
shots.
shooting. I'm not saying they both shot bad. I'm saying they both had like very bad issues.
They turned the ball over. They turned the ball over a lot in the first half. In the second half,
Indiana fixed theirs. The issue.
That's true.
The Thunder. I just can't see the Thunder playing this bad offensively for the rest of the series. I don't think so. J-Dub is not going to struggle like this going forward. Chet is not going to struggle like this going forward. I can't see it, bro. I still got the Thunder in 6 or 5. Coming into the series, I had them in 5 or 6. So
really,
yeah, I did.
Jaedon?
But yeah, definitely shocked that they won. They won the game. All credit to the Pacers. I'm not about to just continue to praise. I'm not about to I see people on the timeline like overly praising Tyrese Haliburton. Yes, he hit the game with a shot, but he had 14 points in this game.
I mean, I mean, can you guys think of one? This is one of the like most memorable like single game run or single player runs to the finals. As far as like these iconic moments he keeps having back to back of these game winners.
Shots, yes, sure.
Like, who else has done something like this? I'm not asking this like rhetorically, like I'm genuinely trying to think.
Michael Jordan.
In one playoff run?
Yeah.
Roll them off in one playoff run.
What was it? What was Michael Jordan's first one? 92?
The Cavs shot?
Was that 92?
His first championship or his first like game winner?
Reggie Miller did it.
His first championship was in 91, I believe. 91, 92, 93. And then Houston won it in 94, 95. Then he won it again 96, 97, 98. But I'm just saying, on Tyrese's part, I think it's wild because he's someone who's going to sometimes score like 12 points and then hit a game-winning shot. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean,
just microwave kind of score.
He's really not a microwave scorer.
I'm just saying, like, the ability that he has. He did not shoot. I think he shot one shot in that fourth quarter, and the second shot he took was the game winner.
Yeah, that boy was boxed. Like, he literally couldn't even bring it up the floor for real.
He was trying to do like pump fakes and he passed it out, but
yeah, Dort was hounding them up the court.
Wasn't enough.
No, Reggie Miller had five game go ahead or game time field goals in the
playoffs.
In the playoffs, and I also believe LeBron had that in 2018 too. So
that's the one I was thinking of. That's one with what was that? Was that Toronto and Indiana back to back?
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm chilling. Like Thunder, like, let's wake up. But like, I'm chilling. I ain't gonna lie. Like, come on, bro.
You have money in the series? Do you have money in the series?
No, I don't.
T, if you got a haircut?
Yes, bro. You know I did. That's not funny. You literally said talk about it.
I really didn't know you got a haircut.
I mean, Discord about it like 2 days ago, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I told you to get a haircut. I didn't know you got a haircut.
I couldn't tell you got a haircut.
Well,
so that was good on Jaedon.
Haven't been enough around black people, Max. Bro.
All right, bro.
I think it's a good haircut, Latif. Let's talk about it.
They shot 40.
Every episode, bro. Every episode.
46% from 3 or something like that, man. It's not. That's just some fake, bro. I gotta look back at it, but they definitely hit some tough shots. Like some tough shots, like the Thunder.
Yes, we can't act like OKC was giving them wide open looks 24/7. That's not what was happening.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
The Miles Turner shot was fake. Aaron Neesmith, that shot was fake.
What we saying was fake. That was a terrible shot, but it's a weird step back pump fake. The Aaron Neesmith shot was great from the corner, in my opinion.
No, Miles Turner was like a step back off the glass, bro.
Yeah,
when
that was really fake. When them hard ISO shade
top of the key, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's when I knew.
He kind of bop shit right there on that ISO. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he tossed his ass. I ain't gonna lie.
God dang it! And then Shea couldn't hit a clutch shot, bro. Oh my god, he had 38.
That was a perfect. Like that's his type of shot too. Like a bump mid range.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, that is the shot he wants.
Yeah, bro. He wants to make his all-time great season so much harder. He needs his teammates to step up though. Like Chet and J-Dub, please, brother. Please. Come on, man. Shit ridiculous. All right, man. That's gonna do it for our game one reaction.
Some decent defense though.
everybody, well, all of them really play decent defense or whatever. But J-Dub, I think he led the team in assists, but 31% from the field is not going to do it, bro. Like, at some point, J-Dub, at some point, it gets to that point, J-Dub. Anyways, that's going to do it for our game 1 reaction, man. This will be out in the morning, probably. Like the video, share the video, follow us on our social media platforms, man. We out, man. Thunder and 6.